Hi, I'm Andrew from Law Practice, and today I want to discuss with you the integration, the new feature we have with Google Drive. First of all, what is Google Drive? It's where you can store documents in the cloud in a very secure way, which is accessible from anywhere via computer, tablet, or smartphone. And it includes programs that are compatible with Microsoft Office, very similar, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. It's free for the first 15 gigabytes, and thereafter you can see the price is very low, right up to 2 terabytes, which is a huge amount of data at $159 per month. In the newsletter sent there, some videos that give you a very good explanation of what all the security, the programs like Word compatibility, etc. So if we look at the integration with LawPractice, the way it works is in a folder, the first time you want to store a document, the program will automatically, it has a button to automatically create a folder for the matters in the designated Google Drive folder. Thereafter, a single click and you can access the matter where you can upload documents. In other words, you can take an agreement or whatever and store it linked to this matter in Google Drive. And then you can also obviously retrieve those documents and in the original application. So if you retrieved a voice message, it would play it back. If you retrieved a Microsoft Word document, it would open it up and it would be compatible with Word, where you could then send it on to somebody else and they would read it, for instance, from Microsoft Word. Now, apart from the storage, Google Drive provides, as I said, a compatibility with Office, so you've got these equivalent programs. It's got very powerful search capability, typical of Google. You can collaborate in real time with selected people, and that's where you must watch the video to see how extremely powerful this is. So in other words, you can share a document, and for instance, you could set view only, where the recipient could only view the document, or they could make suggestions, which you can then subsequently accept or reject, or you can give them the ability to edit the entire document. But as the owner, you're always in control. You can track the changes and accept or reject the changes made to a document. And lastly, there's a continuous automatic backup with a very powerful revision system. In other words, you never save anything. It is automatically saved continuously. And if you ever need to go to a previous version of the document, you simply look at the history and you can then bring back a previous version at any time. We will now look at setting up Google Drive in your system. So the first thing is, in the menu filter, type Drive. And under third-party integration, there's a new option, Google Drive. You'll see you just switch that, flip that switch to say you want Google Drive integration to be on. But the first thing you will need to do is you'd have set up Google Drive, and in the links in the newsletter, you'll see a video on exactly how to do this. Very simple. But if I go into Google Drive, I would first of all create a new folder. And this you can call anything, but I'll just call it Law Practice Docs, but you could have your firm name, Documents from Law Practice, whatever you want to call it. If I create that, so I've created this new Law Practice Docs. The next thing is you right-click that and you share. Now, it's asking you to share with, so the first thing you have to do is you have to send this share, so you can copy, that, Control-C, and I go to Google Drive and I paste it and I send it. And it will have editor, it needs to have editor as the option. So I'll send that. That now will allow LawPractice to access that. But the next thing I need to do is in Google Drive, under that docs, under the share, I need to copy the link. So if I go back here, I will now paste the link here, Control V. And now I've switched it on and I've pasted the link and I've saved that. Okay. Now what happens is it's all set up for Google Drive. So if for instance, I'm in a new matter, let's go to XYZ here. It hasn't previously had any access from Google Drive. I will get a new button that says create folder for matter in Google Drive. So if I click on that, it now creates a new folder which allows me to open folders. So in the future, I will have this on this matter or any matter where I've done that. If I open the folder, I could now go and drag documents in here, or I could say new, I want to upload the file. And as I say, you could just drag it, or I can go there and I might say, I've got an agreement. So let's say it's a draft agency agreement, it's a PDF, so it may be a signed document. So it's uploaded that into this folder that it's created for this matter. So if I close Google Drive, but if I'm in future working with this file, to get to that and any other files, I would always only have to say open folder. And it would now go to Google Drive and all the files that I've uploaded here, they can be any type of files, as I mentioned, would be reflected. And if you look at the links in the newsletter, you'll see how much more you can do with Google Drive. So once you have documents in Google Drive, things like sharing documents, etc. So just to quickly show you, if this was like a Word document, whatever, I can share this, and from the video you'll see much more detail when you share. You say who you're going to share it with. You can just put people's names there when you send it to them. So if you can put a message, it'll send an email with a link, and they'll be able to then access that document, read only or view only, be able to make recommendations, or they can edit the document. And that's it in a nutshell.